The new wave is to say on Twitter that you want to be a commentator for a game that has no people streaming it. That's the real wave. That's the 2023 trend. Oh, I need to test this out. Does this work? Success! Great success. You can pretty reliably see that, right? You can. That's pretty easy to see, I suppose. Got a couple hours this morning, so I figured why not stream? It's a rare moment when I have like just a chunk of time where I don't have anything that I actually need to do, which is fantastic in my book. Let me fill the void. Let me do a couple of things here. Minimize that. Put this over here, where it's all glared the hell up. Damn. I'm sure you were trying to get a message across to me, but message not received, my dog. The first half of that was great, and then you hit the word stream, and the bitrate just plummeted. The bitrate really needed help right there. I don't know what to tell you though. I'm so sorry. Message not received. AQV, don't be mad at you. This is not your fault. The fact that you haven't seen an East stream is because of me. Has nothing to do with you not being able to tune into the stream. It has everything to do with me not turning on the stream on Twitch. I've been doing it on YouTube for the past couple months, and that's probably why you haven't seen me here. My bad. All right. Yeah, you might have actually caught the last E stream. Like, real talk, big facts. It might have actually been the last time you saw one. That was the last time you saw one. I don't know. Oh, what was that? I gotta turn on the right docs. Hold on. Stats, Twitch stats, stream information. Hey, Deca, what's up, man? We are out here. We indeed are out here. A rare moment of being out here in the streets. All right, let's see here. Is this what I need? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Where did I put my actual, like, stats? Stream information? Damn, I forgot everything. Just stream amnesia. Hey, Johnson, what's up, man? Is that true? Is that actually true? I need to find out who that person was. Now I'm actually interested. Activity feed, there it is. Oh, it was Deca. Thanks, man. Let me just pop that right there. So now I know. Now I know. Yeah, so it's end of the year, and luckily things are starting to wind down. I had my last Shadowverse event, I guess you'd say, for the year yesterday, and today I've got like a Christmas party I've got to go to. Really weird that I found people in Japan who actually celebrate Christmas and they're Japanese and they're not Christian. Yeah, which is another can of worms. But I have a Christmas party to go to a little bit later today, and then like the rest of the week is Monday, Christmas party, Tuesday. What is it? In Japan, they have these things called like forget the year parties. It's kind of like basically a party where you go and everybody kind of gets drunk and they chill and eat, and it's like to forget the year basically, because you get drunk and like it's a thing in Japan. And what happens is like pretty much everybody you know at the end of the year invites you to one of these. So the end of the year for everybody, like in December, is just this non-stop like merry-go-round of forget the year parties. And I've got those Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So, rip in peace. Hey, Ace, what's up, man? What's up, what's up? And then on Thursday, I fly back to the States, and that'll be fun. I have to go to New York at some point. I've got to go to NYC at some point before I come back. And I want to check out some of the card shops in New York City. Because I went last year, but I didn't actually take the time to go and check any out. Because it was my first time in New York. And I have a friend who lives there. And we kind of just hung out for most of the time. So now I actually want to like hit up an actual card shop in New York City. Yeah! Finally got him. So that'll be fun. But before I do that, I need to make a deck that I can actually use in America. And I don't actually know what they're playing in America right now. I don't know what set they're on. I think it's like BT16, but I'm pretty sure EX5 is coming out pretty soon. So I need to figure out a deck I can play. I think this is one I can actually play though. Never mind. Numemon X Antibodies BT15. The dream is dead. Monzemon X Antibodies BT15. Rip in peace. Alright, well, moving on from this. Yeah, I'll be there from, what is it? December 22nd until January 8th. I believe is when I go back. Yellow vaccine would be great. My yellow vaccine list, I posted up a video recently going over yellow vaccine lists I've been using on YouTube. And then the problem is most of those cards, or half those cards rather, are from BT15. The Gatomon, Yo, Rango, what's up, big dog? The Gatomon, the Armadillomon, Revelation of Light, all those are BT15 cards, so... Clever Synapse, my man. I am incredibly bothered by... I'm incredibly bothered by this. How do I shoot this guy? I forgot how to shoot. I forgot how to shoot from the hip. We building Numemon? Well, we was building Numemon until... Oh, moderation view and murder that guy. I don't know how to shoot. How do I shoot? Oh, I can just... And he's gone. Easy peasy. Oh man, read the room, bro. Nobody care about the chat bots. Read the room, big dog. What is the Victory Greymon tech? It's literally just Victory Greymon. I've been playing War Greymon for a bit, and because of the... I guess I can't use this anymore. Rip in peace. I don't know why I thought I could do this. The Victory Greymon tech is just use Victory Greymon. It's so weird. I'll post up some results from my locals for a week, and I'll be like, hey, like I use this card, and are you heading to next level for your trip? If I can, I will. Hold on a second. Hold that thought. But what was I saying? Yeah, I post up my results and like, oh, I use this card in my deck, and people are like, post up the list, dog. And I'm like, it's just Greymon, but I put in a Victory Greymon. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how to answer your question without you being disappointed in the end. It's just Greymon with the Victory Greymon in there. I'm removing this guy. This guy sucks. But I also use one Skull Greymon. That's basically the whole, like, that's. Oh, here we go. Found you. What's up? Now run that list, big dog. I'll never understand it. People will be like, yo, put up the list. Put up the list. I'm like, I just added a card, dog. Just do me a favor. You can do it too. Just take out a War Greymon and just put in a Victory Greymon, and you're gaming. I promise. You too can game that way. Maybe I can use this list. This list is actually, I think, legal, right? Because War Greymon from BT14? Yeah, he's from BT14. And... yeah, everything else. This is EX4. Victory Greymon's EX4. I think this list, I might actually just take this list. I gotta swap this guy out. Damn, he sucks. I thought maybe like a like the Cheeky Blast evolution would be nice, but nah, he's trash. Gonna run big. Hey, Johnson, do it up, big dog. I mean, you can. It's not like you're unless you run that weird like starter deck Greymon. I don't know. You can. You absolutely can. It's actually disgusting too. Big wall plus Victory Greymon says every time something dies, then they just lose their highest cost Digimon on board. So they lose their biggest swinger every time something dies. There hasn't been any. Yes, this set and the next set aren't getting any War Greymon stuff. So BT16 that is, and then we'll see. We'll see after that. I think they're done on the War Greymon train. I think people have. Once BT12 dropped, people were like, yeah, we get it. Like, you guys really like Greymon. They're like, alright, message received. No more Greymon stuff. Oh, maybe I can also drop this guy? For folks who don't know, there's a updated ban and restricted list coming out. And I only run this card because of all the purple decks that are running the game right now in Japan. And if I get to take this guy out, I'll be so happy. I can include an actual useful card. Have you seen how the BT14 meta differs here in the West, especially in Europe? Drink and Drive, I think... So I've been like, I like occasionally peek, or peep lists, or like results that people post up, or like the official English account posts up, and it seems like, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong region here, D-Brigade is kind of going ham in the West right now. D-Brigade plus the inclusion of like Ukomon and stuff like that is kind of wild. Mock Galgamon taking top 8 in Europe. I mean, it's a good deck. It's like restand 47 times, and that's it. Like, also I have jamming. I'm not surprised. They popped one of the Mock Galgamons, or the yeah, Mock Galgamons. They popped one of the Mock Galgamons, but there's two others, and I mean they're not awful. They just hit the one that like has removal. 6 dogs? Jesus Christ. Jesus Lord. But yeah, the issue is, and this is one of the problems I hope I can solve over the course of the holiday, is that if I ever want to look for event results, let me show you guys. Post on my right monitor. I would love if this sort of thing... Do you guys know what Limitless is? I would love if this kind of site existed for Digimon, where I can go to a place and I have all of the info that I want in one place. And I don't have to, like, bounce from site to site. I don't have to, like, go from the... What's up, Weemaru? Boot up? I wish, dog. I don't have the game right now. I wish that I could go to a site and I don't have to bounce from the results for an event to the actual deck list itself. I just want... Digimon is on Limitless though, but it's not to the degree that Pokemon is. Like, let's be real for a second here. Like, the amount of stuff you get from Pokemon here is nowhere near what you get for Digimon. Let's keep it a hard buck. Like, look at this shit. Like, they've got like pricing breakdowns for like events. They've got the amount of cards for each set. They've got like the costs for stuff. You can, if you want to buy stuff, like there's tools like a Swiss calculator. There's like image generators if you want to make proxies and shit like this. I wish something like this rankings. This is amazing. That keeps track of like events and like players and their points, where they're from. This doesn't exist for Digimon. Limitless is a really, really good resource, especially if you play Pokemon. And my hope is that I can create something like that for Digimon, where if you wanted to... The only thing that I don't like about this site is the fact that if I actually want to build decks, there's a place I think to actually like look at cards, but there's no place to actually build decks here. And that's what I would like to integrate into a site like this. And so my project, I kind of started doing some work on it a couple weeks ago, but I want to build a site kind of like Limitless for Digimon. Yeah, Eggman's is the one that comes closest, and I appreciate all the work that Eggman does. That guy actually works hard. There we go. I'm not a fan. No offense. I'm not a fan of the site itself. It doesn't look very professional. So I could pop to the Digimon section here, and I like the fact that the event results are broken down. I wish it was a little bit like I like the view on Limitless where I can see. I like the view on Limitless where I can see stuff in like a table kind of format, so I can very quickly like take a look at tournaments, and I can go to the regional in Stuttgart, yeah, that place in Germany, I assume, or Belgium, Germany. All right, cool. Thank you. Nice little tool tip there for the flag, because I am an American and I'm ignorant. You can see like the listing of all the players. You can see what country they're from. You can see the decks that they use, and you can see their list if you want to go into further detail. That's so cool. I can't do that here. I can click into one of these bad boys, and then I get like a list. It's cool that he posts up the list here. The thing that I was trying to figure out a couple of days ago is, where does he actually pull all this from? I can't find a public resource where this information is just given out. And so that's like one of the issues that I have to solve. Like I put the entire site, like Digimon meta, I got a bone to pick. Maybe I'm much angrier on stream than I am in my videos. You gotta learn that very quickly. Yeah, Pokemon is actually a cheap game. I too believe into the hype that Pokemon is expensive AF because of Jake Paul and all those guys, but actually, Pokemon is a pretty cheap game to play. I think one of the like top decks in the, I think Tor Rekolev's deck that he won or got second place with last year, I built for like $50 in Japan, maybe $40. Thought you was just talk mad shit all day. Come on, Weed. Come on, man. I'm a fan. I'm a guy who, I don't know, as I get older, the thing that I believe is that like I just want to build more communities, and I feel like that people don't need that for fighting games right now. I think there are a lot of people who do that, but for card games, I think that there's a really big gap. So that's kind of where I'm focusing my energy right now. Don't get me wrong, folks can catch these hands in Street Fighter, but you know, for another day. Pokemon collecting is expensive, yeah. But like I was saying, I have a bone to pick. I don't know. I like the idea of like promoting things that people are doing, and I like the idea of, hey, this guy did a cool thing. Shout out to that guy. You guys should go check him out. But the thing that I really don't care for is when somebody creates content or makes something, and then somewhere else on that content, someone comes in and says, hey, something, I did a thing, you should check it out here if you want to. I don't know if I'm being an asshole or if that's a legitimate, like, hey, you shouldn't do that sort of thing. Like, going onto someone else's content and then advertising your own seems a little cringe to me. And that's been happening to some of my videos, and I haven't said anything, but man, like, that shit gets me fuming on the inside. Like, fuming. I'm like who really like walks into somebody else's store and then like puts up a sign that's like, my store is over here, by the way. Like, I don't know, like I don't say anything because I don't want to sound like a complete asshole. But I'm like, in the long run, I guess it doesn't really make a big difference. But still, it's just, yeah, the self promotion on someone else's content is kind of cringe as fuck. But yeah, going back to the Eggman stuff, I don't actually know where he pulls this information from, because I even tried to look up the events, like the events themselves, and I could not find, for a lot of these, I could not find the actual like stuff. Like, they link to like the store or whatever, but there's no event like results or players. So I don't know where Eggman is actually getting this info. I need to sit down and actually ask him. I asked some of the folks on the Digimon card game Discord, like the really big one, but I got no, they said they didn't know where folks were pulling that from. So I've got to speak to Eggman at some point. I'm kind of hoping that he would be willing to share that information. Probably Twitter. Coverage is almost non-existent. I'm so mad. I just maybe it's a byproduct of getting old. I don't know. Deca, to your point, I think that, is that coming from like the thing where folks this morning were like, and this is a fair criticism. This is a very fair criticism. They said, hey, like the North American finals like just didn't get streamed at all. Like they just didn't stream anything. And they're like, this is really upsetting. I wish that somebody would be able to do something about this. And I myself would be willing. I would fall on my sword, and I would be willing to become a commentator so that this doesn't happen again. And I feel like no content, commentator. No content, commentator. I feel like you jumped an extra step here. So I don't care that anybody's willing to become a commentator. Stream the fucking game. Look, if somebody went to like the North American regionals and they just turn on a camera and there was no commentary, that's the step you have to get to before we actually have commentators. Like, it'd be great to have commentators and the camera, but like, it's great that all these people are willing to become or do commentary, but who's willing to lug a bunch of equipment to an event, set it all up, do the stream production, and then go home? Those are the people I want to know about. It's up to the TOs to have a stream. I suppose so, but I mean, if you're gonna speak out to the void, I want to be a commentator for this to spread its awareness. Again, I feel like you skipped a step. European did a stream, but people were really mad about the commentators because they were being kind of cringe. I mean, that's a not a difficult problem to solve, I think. Just don't be cringe. Just find someone who's not a cornball. So yeah, I just feel like that's an easier problem to solve than actually finding someone who's willing to travel to live events and then actually do the hard work, like the labor involved with like actually producing a stream. You have to check out the finals. They tried to play a red option card without anyone noticing and tried to hide it in the stream. Jesus Christ. Fighting game streamers build different. Yeah, Spooky is a different Spooky is a different kind of beast. Like, cause like when I think about like great people who like promoted or like put an entire scene on their back, the people who went out and actually like did all the production are the real chads. Like, Spooky was that guy for a long ass time. Without a red Digimon or a tamer. Ooh. I don't know, in that case, if they did it without, maybe it was a harmless mistake. I don't know. I like to assume the best in people. Maybe they were like, oh, oops, I didn't realize I didn't have a red egg or Digimon on the board, so I can't play this. Is Obama still playing Digimon? Drink and Dive. I gave him the chance. I said, hey, he came back from the States and he was like, yeah, I want to start playing again. So I'm just going to hit up a card shop, grab some stuff. And I was like, yeah, great idea. I have 3 boxes of storage cards that you can just go through and have anything you want. And there's not bad cards in these storage boxes. It's like everything that he would technically want. Hold on. I've got like 3 boxes of this size here. And they're just full of cards. They're absolutely full, like packed to the brim. And there's like SRs in here. There's useful cards. There's like promos in here. And I was like, hey, if you ever want anything, man, you just say. He played some green. He played purple too. He liked Pulsemon. He really liked Pulsemon and Impmon. And I was like, yeah, at any time, man, you just say the word, bro. I got you, no problem. And silence, radio silence. I even got this motherfucker for a date. I got Obama a date and he didn't even play Digimon. Come on, bro. Throw me a bone. I help you, you help me. Wingman East gets no love. Can I just play Red Hybrid? Maybe I just played Red Hybrid in the States. Wait, Gatomon is BT16. Okay, cool. Maybe Red Hybrid is the move. I don't know. I can drop the Gatomon, just run. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, ad coming. Watch out, Rod. Watch out. And the thing is, green is actually a very good color. Green is a very good color in Digimon right now. Bloomlord is really strong. The Theorycrafting stuff, I think, only gets better with the next set. And yeah, add Uko to any deck, it becomes more aggressive. I love that. All right, let me I actually very quickly want to build this Numemon deck just because I feel like I can get use out of the Chaosmon that's coming out in BT16. So I'm actually going to build this bad boy real quick. All right, pop. Only decks that don't Digivolve from rookies. Red Hybrid can Digivolve from rookies. So my list that I create, I don't know if it's any good. I haven't tested it. I just kind of threw some cards together. Is this one here? Where's it at? Boom. I guess I could zoom in, Control Shift Plus. Excuse me? Oh, there we go. Ew. Why it looks so crunchy? Alright, there we go. I don't know if it's any good though. Level 4s, level 5s. The idea is kind of cool. You just kind of keep putting on pressure until, I guess, your opponent folds. Tamers go down here, level 4s go here, level 5s go here. This is like how I order all my stuff very quickly. There we go. The Gatomons, the Weremonzaimons, those are level 5s, JK, Platinum Scumon. I don't know if Shinmonzaimon is any good. Like, slotting all level 3s back to, or into your opponent's security doesn't seem like a great idea. Do we? Yeah, I think that with Chaosmon coming out, maybe there's a way to include him in with this deck, because honestly, I thought about using it with Edamon, and I could not figure out like a way to get it to work that was like nice and clean. I have to use like the black Edamon that like searches top 5 for another card that's Edamon, and then hope for the best. Kind of a gamble, but yeah, I didn't really feel like that was the way. Whoops, there we go. All right, so let me actually grab some sleeves. 1 second. Got some sleeves here, right? And it's a shame too, just because I actually bought. I really like, this is the first time I've ever bought an alt art card, and I got 4 copies of the alt art Metal Edamon. I guess I can take it out of the sleeve. There we go. And I love it, like it looks so good. But I haven't found like a way to use the deck, so rip in peace. I always keep the cards like just in case though. Just in case. The Numemon deck that won the Philippines DC prelims had 1 Shinmonzaimon, but they ran 2 Venusmons. Yeah, I've seen that. More recently, some guy won the DC prelims here in Tokyo with this deck, and that was pretty cool. He ran 1 Venusmon. I think he ran 2 or 1 Shinmonzaimon. So maybe we drop a Shinmonzai for Venusmon, but I'd like to test first, just because I don't know. I feel like people are really quick to like say, "Let me see the list. Let me see the list." I'm just like, bro, just play the damn game sometimes, you know. Just play the game, bro. You'll figure it out. All right. This one has 2 of this Numemon. Really, only 2? Okay. Did you play Digipolice in BT15? Yeah, the Digipolice. I really like Digipolice as an archetype. I like to play aggressive decks, and Digipolice D-Brigade was pretty aggressive. The issue is when you add in the Ryudomon to the mix and you add in that one big stack, his effects are how to say this. It feels like they're missing something. So he has the ability to like quickly digivolve if something gets suspended. But I feel like you need the perfect stack and your opponent to have Digimon on board in order to get any of those effects off. Because if there's nothing to suspend, I guess you could suspend one of your own Digimon. It feels like you don't get the right time, or you miss the timing for some of the effects. So for example, if you get the effect for the level 5 to digivolve, he's already rested. So you miss one of the timing to the effects for the level 6, which is... And so we'll see. I really want to try and make DigiPolice work in the next set, specifically for a lot of the new D-Brigade stuff that's coming out, but I don't know, I guess that goes back to its like original aggressive style, so maybe we can make that work. Yeah, that's one of the decks I'm really focused on in the next set was DigiPolice. Numemon, what's up, buddy? Alright, so we got all these. 4, 4, 4, 2. What's that, 14? 13? 13. 2, 4. Oh, it's 3. Shouldn't it be 4? Am I tripping? Uh-oh. Might have forgot to get a card at the card shop. Rip in peace. But yeah. I made some like quick lists trying to make stuff work. And I don't know, the next set, a lot of the cards seem really cool. I just don't know if they fit together very well. So one of the examples I have here is, while I sleeve these up, I'll show you guys. Profile. Okay, here we go. Trying to like put together some stuff for the next set. I built like a so Hawkmon and Gatomon are kind of like a thing in BT16. And what is this card? Oh, Crimson Blaze, yeah, facts. And I couldn't really find a list that I particularly liked or vibed with. This is the best I could come up with, where you kind of use the Hawkmon, the promo Hawkmon card that they gave away during the movie to be able to do some searches, and then you can DNA at the end of the turn. Use the new Hawkmon. I'm trying to use the new cards in these lists as well. Use the new Hawkmon to basically gain memory off of playing other Digimon with the free trait or that are yellow. This could be cool. I thought maybe you could use this for like the yellow purple Gatomon that's like 5 cost. That is kind of expensive. The Salamon who when something else digivolves to level 4 Holy Beast or free, then it becomes cost -1. And oh god, I can't remember the exact calculation I did. But the way it works is that like if you have like any of the Digimon here, like in Raising, or you have like the 4 cost tamer that lets you play something for free, you can get to your DNA Digivolve, I think, for 3 memory or 4 memory. Which one was it? I think it might have been 4, depending on what you have on. If you have the tamer out, it's 3, I believe. But if you don't have the tamer, it's 4 cost. Red, green, yellow is so aesthetically pleasing as a deck. Is it? Red, green, yellow? Heal? Oh, aesthetically pleasing. Hold on. I'm tripping. Yeah, all of the decks, one of the things that I really struggled with is the level 5 slots. I feel like outside of the level 5s for this set, so the Sylphimon that gives you partition and can pop something for 7k. Outside of that, and maybe Chimeramon, I didn't really know what else to run, so I just kind of threw in a couple copies of Garudamon, which has some obvious flaws in the fact that I can only digivolve for something that's red, and I basically lock out the half of my, or parts of my level 4s. It feels like this next set is going to be, and this is just my opinion, I could be talking out of my ass. it just feels like this next set you have to very specifically build because of the way the level 3s and level 4s are set up, and their colors are so specific that you can't like kind of go wild with if you're trying to create a deck that is focused on using both of the Digimon, because you're kind of locked into colors. And if you use some of the more traditional stuff that's like, oh, this Digivolve is only from red, or this Digivolve is only from yellow, then you kind of don't, or like you limit yourself when time comes for you to actually Digivolve and you don't have the right color on board. Hey, we rock with the Hawk, do we? Do we? Oh, BB Dudes, what's up, man? Hey, you should make videos if you have free time. I know that last part is probably the hardest part, but you know, if you got it. Folks who don't know, again, I'm all for shouting people out. BB Dudes makes, I kneel, bro. I was walking one day, so I do these like afternoon walks, just like get my steps in for the day, and I like saw one of the BB Dudes videos, and like I just kind of stopped and like I kneel. It's too good. They're too good. Content fantastic, scripting fantastic. I kneel. All right, we'll pop those in. But yeah, like I said before, I don't know how to build for the level 5s, and then like it feels like most of the decks are focused on just like having 3s and 4s out, and then if you can find one level 5, you just only run 4 copies of this fella here, and then the level 6 is just the ace. Like it's just the ace, and you kind of don't really use the level 6s at all. And because of that, it frees up a lot of because you use so few level 5s and level 6s, it frees up a lot of spaces for other things like options. And I was like, I have all this like extra card slot, I can just like throw in some really disgusting security bombs. So like Crimson Blaze, Magma Bomb is a good one. I'm trying not to go too high on the cost just because I don't want to give it too much memory. But the thing that I've noticed is now if people are using ace cards and you hit an ace card with a regular option that's like, for example, a Gaia Force or I don't know, some like 7-cost option, you're kind of Gucci. Your opponent only gets 3 memory to work with for the most at most. A stuck in overtime, hell, I feel you. Don't worry, I understand. I completely understand. If you got it, do it. But if you don't, do what you can. So that's the Hawkmon stuff. And I need to figure out, the eggs are also really hard because I feel like this set kind of forces you not to use any of the older eggs just because of the way things work out, right? Like these guys are actually 1 cost from eggs, and so you actually spend memory if you don't come from the specific egg that they're from. So the Numemon here is 0 cost, anything else is 1 cost. And the issue with Hawkmon is that the Patamon is 0, but everything else is 1 cost. So the egg is really, really hard to choose. Because you're actually going to be paying for Digivolve costs with one of your level 3s, which kind of sucks from an egg. Actual pain. Let me see. So this is the one that I built for. Oh, this is the one that I built for Hawkmon. I have a couple more, I think. I was kind of just spitballing ideas here. Yeah, Patamon, Armadillomon. I think I might be more excited for this deck. Some of the same problems on the lower end. Again, like, I'm split between yellow and black. And so using the promo Armadillomon from the movie set as a way to search, and he's a DNA at the end of the turn. Do you think they'll be doing that kind of egg design more often going forward? Maybe as a way to slow decks down. But I don't know how long you can do that without having to finally print out some 2-color eggs. I think that might be the next thing coming. The hard part for this deck, I think, was actually finding the good level 4s. I didn't really know any decent level 4s for the deck. The Angemon is okay because he has blocker and he unsuspends something, which is kind of neat. There's some really neat stuff you can do here with him in Vaccine Angel if you have a Pokemon on board, because you can do like Pokemon 2 checks and then go into the Angemon here and then Pokemon again 2 checks, which is absolutely disgusting. I just tossed in the Angemon because any big Machine Dramon or Chaos Dramon just has to go all the time, every time. The new Sheepmon is kind of weird. He is good for stalling, but that's really about it. I thought that I would be running like 4 of this guy in the deck because he's got the new keyword Collision, where you can attack and then all of your opponent's Digimon for the attack gain blocker, and then something has to block. And then he can just cancel the attack, so it's like great to, I guess, stall or like force something to be suspended, but outside of that, I don't really know what this guy's good for. And then, yeah, the Shakomon is cool. Basically indestructible, and he gets, he can remove something that has, what is it, less levels than the total number of cards in both players' security stacks. Oh wait, hold on, is it, whose level is less than or equal to the total number of cards in yours or your opponent's? Is it or? Hold on. Oh, it is or. It's not. Oh, I thought it was both. Oh no! You or your opponent's security stack. Rip in peace. Still pretty good. And then the Vikemon seems weird at level 6. I get it. It's like useful for this deck and the blue stuff. That's Source Strip from Gomamon, but he good though. He good. And then yeah, I said, well, I've got all this extra space, so Heaven's Judgment. Here we go. Partition is cool. I just wish that there was some like good on-play effects I could use when I partition something. I guess the Angemon here is alright, but if you partition and pull out an Angemon, like that's... everything, it's your opponent's turn, so unsuspending, I guess, is not really that useful. Oh, maybe a Sheepmon, that could be cool. If you had a Sheepmon down and then like, he'd already attacked or he had already blocked. He doesn't have blocker. Damn it, never mind. Rip in peace. Yeah, I don't know what you would actually use the Angemon's effect on. What else was there? Oh, yeah. A thing that I really have trouble coming to grips with is actually going from the level 3s to the level 4s for this set. So, how do I say this? If you take a look at the level 4s, there's actually quite a few of them. So I've got 4 copies of the Ankylomon. I've got 4 copies of the Angemon, plus the 2 from here, plus the 2 Ankylomon here, plus the 2 Sheepmon. And if you also go back to the Hawkmon list, an issue you run into is that if there's not a perfect split between your level 3s, as far as like one side and the other, so Hawkmon and Salamon, getting to your level 4s, for a specific level 4, is kind of weird. Hey, Jodabi, what's up, man? So for example, my lower end is like 2 sets of Hawkmon, 1 copy of Salamon, which means I'm less likely to go into the Gatomon because there's just less, or for cheaper cost than like having to do it from the Hawkmon here. So the Gatomon can do it for 3, but I'm not trying to do that. And I'm not trying to like pay 3. I'd rather pay 2 off the Salamon. So I'm kind of like struggling on the lower end, because if I use a Salamon, it's going to be yellow, and then I might lock myself out of eggs to use. So this is really hard deck building strategy along the 3s and the 4s that makes these decks kind of tough to put together. The one exception is Imperialdramon, because these guys, Wormmon and Vigmon, were made for each other. Hey, Radioactive, saw the tweet and went to YouTube first before we listened. You were here today. Yeah, I think most folks expect me to be on YouTube and not on Twitch. I said, you know what, maybe I should maybe I should stream on Twitch. And then someone came in the Twitch like, I'm so glad I finally was able to catch a Twitch stream for me. So I'm like, actually, it's not your fault, man. It's my fault. It's actually my fault. But like I was saying, like Vmon and Wormmon don't have the problem that the other two decks have, where the level 4s and the level 3s are kind of hard to build for. These guys always kind of work together because the old Wormmon's just like innately just worked with Vmon already. So you have this nice little line you can go up with, and you're pretty much gonna be running a Chibimon, and because the Wormmon can evolve from a Chibimon here, you have like most of the set that can do that. With this guy, as with the BT16 Wormmon being the only one who can't. But I mean, you've got the other one here, so it's alright. Then you also have got like the level 4s that are just cheap. They cheapen themselves whenever the other color's on board. So you have the XVmon on board, then you just drop the Stingmon for 3. And then I think it's just blue Digimon, right? Yes, if you have a blue Digimon in play, and that blue Digimon is, for example, the Vmon here, it's actually cost -2 for the Stingmon. So because the Vmon gives him +1 memory if he's a free trait, and Stingmon is indeed free. So yeah, this deck I think is the biggest winner of all this stuff coming out in the next step. But I don't think anybody is surprised by that fact. Like I did some like really quick like memory counting, and with 3 memory and maybe a tamer, you can go and get 5 checks in a turn, going from your level 3s to your level 6s. Yeah, the deck is pretty damn, like this deck will kill you in one turn if they have already taken one of your security. It's an OTK after that. They can go from their level 3s to their level 6s. So this, I think this might be the biggest winner, but I'm pretty sure most folks do that. The thing that I want to test out is, do you guys remember back in EX3 where they had the virus version of Imperialdramon? A lot of the cards I feel like can be used for that, because you've got the Vmon with the splash of red, you've got the Wormmon here with the splash of purple, you also got the Dinobimon for this set, who is red purple. I think he was specifically made to be support for them. Let me see. Dinobimon. Yeah. So, and he's also partition, which is insane to me. The issue is I'm missing 2 of the secret rares for that set. Where, what is it? Is it fighter mode? It's fighter mode, right? That's the secret rare. I'm missing 2 copies of. I have 1 copy of him. I have to grab some more. I was kind of excited to build it when it came out, and people were like, "This deck is really clunky," and I was like, "Oh, I'll wait." I've got enough decks to build for now. I'll just hold off on him. Luckily, his price has dropped a bit, but I think he'll go back up once next set drops. Another list that I wanted to try out was Kabuterimon. I love Kabuterimon. There's like in my top favorite Digimon, it's like Metal Etamon's up there, no particular order. Metal Etamon's up there, Kabuterimon's up there, and when Kabuterimon dropped in BT15, I was so hyped. Like the Hercules Kabuterimon. Also, if you're a beginner, or you have a friend who's a beginner and they like bugs, this is just a great deck to build. It doesn't involve a lot of like specific timings for attacking and evolving, and it's very basic. It's like, hey, if my bug is suspended or rested, you can't do anything to him unless you just punch him. You can only squish the bug when he's rested. No other effects work, which for someone learning the game, having the ability to just like take all the minutia of other archetypes or whatever and just like push him to the side, like, all right, attack, make my bug big, rest. That's it. It's really nice. It's a good gateway deck, I think, for newcomers into the game. And with some of the stuff that came out in BT16, I think you keep most of the simplicity, and it actually gets a little bit better. The one issue that this deck ran into, specifically right now, is that there's lots of 15k Digimon running around, Armadillomon, and he struggles to consistently get over 15k. But with the new cards coming out, like the Blade Kawagamon, which To be honest, doesn't even look like a Digimon. It looks like a weapon. He just gives something plus 3000 DP until the end of the turn. So there's another way to get access to that. In the past, you had to use the 2-cost option card, Super Shocker, to get plus 3000 for the turn. That's not from one of your actual Digimon, but now you've got something like this on the board. The Metal Life Kawagamon, is it you who does it? Yeah, he also gives something on play plus 3000 DP for the turn. And you're thinking, well, who's playing this 7-cost Digimon? With the new Tyrant Kabuterimon, you can just do that. When you Digivolve, you can play something that's Insect or Lava for 8, or for any cost, but they reduce it by 8, and he's 7, so he becomes free. And then your Tyrant Kabuterimon is already 14k, you can make it 17k, if not more, from things like the other Digimon in the line. What is it? He's resting. The Mega Kabuterimon also gives you plus 3k. Overall, it's just a really simple deck to use. Also, the Tindamon gives you plus 3k. Because all you have to worry about is pumping up your bugs and then just hitting stuff. Not bad. So I'll definitely be giving this one a shot when it drops again. Because whether the deck is good or not doesn't really matter to me. I just really like bugs. One that was kind of surprising. How is Theorycrafting doing with the new starter deck in Japan? I think... Do I like bugs in IRL too? I like beetles. The Theorycrafting stuff is good insofar as the Rapidmon, and more importantly, the Mega Gargomon Ace. Mega Gargomon Ace is probably the best card in that starter deck, and he is so nasty. Like, resting Digimon is whatever, but like preventing them from evolving is diabolical. Where your opponent will make an attack and you just lock their Digimon up and they can't evolve, they suddenly have no reason to use the rest of like their memory on the turn, so they make these really awkward plays, and you can take immediate advantage of that. Immediate advantage of that. It isn't... Yeah, the next set surprisingly also has Pulsemon stuff, and I wasn't super sold on the Pulsemon, but the more I think about it, I think this deck might not be so bad. So for folks who don't know, Pulsemon he's focused on like having a specific number of security. So if you have 3 security exactly, you get a shit ton of effects. And you see that with like the Bulkamon here giving you security attack +1. You've got the new level 5s, or level 4s, excuse me, and level 5. So the Runnermon here is if you have 3 or more, suspend an opponent's Digimon. If you have 3 or less, gain 1 memory. So he kind of slots into green, being able to make himself cheap if you have 3 security. The Numemon is if you have 3 or more, de-Digivolve something. Oh, sorry. If you have 3 or more, one of your Digimon can't have his DP reduced and isn't affected by de-Digivolve for a turn. And then if you have 3 or fewer, then one of your Digimon gets blocker and reboot, which is pretty wild. So if you have 3 security, you basically nearly become indestructible for a turn. Then the level 5s, Devimon is actually, for a common card, if you have 3 or more, unsuspend one of your Digimon. Another attack, nice. And then if you have 3 or less, then one of your opponent's Digimon gets bottom decked. It's just a Digimon gets bottom decked. That's crazy to me. For a common card, that's insane to me. The Pistamon he's so-so. He's similar to the other green one we just took a look at, where 3 or more suspended Digimon, 3 or less gain 2 memory, so he becomes 1 cost essentially. The Greymon is 3 or more, draw 2, 3 or less. You can play a 6k DP or less Digimon with Pulsemon and its text from your trash for free. Problem is, the end of the next turn he has to die. Which, where's my Pulsemon with Rush? And then Achillesmon is meh. But suspend something, and then one of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn, which is fine for something like Garurumon. And then all turns when you delete something in battle, if you have 3 or more, you can trash top security, and if you have 3 or less, you can gain 2 memory. So you gain memory and trash the security off of destroying a Digimon on your opponent's side of the board. And then the final one is, this card is super rare, but it seems only so-so. Shroudmon is 3 or more security, one of your opponent's Digimon gets 7k, and then 3 or less, and you delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. That's alright. Then all turns, if he would leave the battle area and you have 3 or more security, you can trash the top of your security cards and stop that from happening. That is not a once per turn effect either. But you have to have 3 or more security cards. And then on deletion, recover until you have 3. So, maybe I take it back. Maybe he's a little better than I thought. He is 5 cost though, so he kind of chonky. So yeah, like if you have 3 memory or 3 security, this deck seems great, but I think getting there is the hard part. We'll see. We will see. We will see indeed. Seems tricky to play with security management. I used to think that too, until I started going down the rabbit hole of the yellow vaccine stuff. And I think a fair criticism is that Yellow Vaccine has more tools to manage it, where this deck kind of doesn't. You kind of either just play the old BT6 Pulsemon and just drop securities to gain memory on play to put yourself there, or you hope your opponent kind of just leaves you there, which I guess they wouldn't do that, right? The hard part, I think, is actually maybe you slot in a couple copies of like, it's hard though. I thought maybe you could throw in some Angelomon Aces to help you like stay at 3, but your lower ends don't really allow you to do that, do they? Like, you've got the 1 green here, and then like the level 4s are, yikes, mostly focused on your just having Pulsemon or coming from a Pulsemon. So it'll be hard to go from a green to, an Angelomon Ace. Yeah, so well, I still need to mess with the Myotismon stuff. I think I put something together, but I don't like it. I tried to use like the Devimon to trash cards and like the Devimon, or yeah, to like search stuff. But the ratios seem a little wonky to me. I tried to be cute using things like Wizardmon so that whenever I trash cards on the top of my deck, I gain memory. But also things like Deathslinger. I don't know if that's gonna work though. We'll see. We'll see. I kind of liked Myotismon when he dropped, but oh wait, is he called Myotismon in English? What is he called in English? Am I tripping? Okay, he is Myotismon. Yeah, in Japanese he's Vandemon. That's right. Yeah, Myotismon and Belial Vandemon. I don't know why they decided to go with I don't know why they decided to go with Vandemon over something like Myotismon, but whatever. But yeah, I actually liked this deck when it first came out. I thought it was a cool idea being able to like play a level 6 so quickly by having like Myotismons in the trash, and it feels like they really kept that theme and archetyping. So it still focuses on like just hard playing level 5s, like getting level 5s out very cheaply with things like Miss Memory Boost or Miss Barrier, and then also the new Arakunimon and Mummymon. This is such a funny idea for a tamer where you just like take Digimon who are just like clothed like humans, and that's suddenly just a tamer. Where's the old oh god, it's the Tentomon with the jacket or the hoodie. I don't know what I was gonna find here, but alright. Yeah, like, I can't wait for the next tamer here. I can't wait for the next Tentomon tamer to come out. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Agumon with the hoodie too. Yeah. Like, I can't wait for this tamer here. Fantastic. Yeah. Agumon and the Jamaican Patamon. Let me know when those come out and I can reduce the cost of my Agumons and people get mad. Speaking of, I also... Tintoman, yeah, facts. Speaking of, I don't know if I'm going to have time to do this video. But, let me see.